Okay, everybody, welcome to this week's lesson. I'm just doing a little mini lecture for all of you because I believe that I can clarify chart 15-10 on page 352. You're going to be given a little quiz on this week. It'll be 12 questions, and I think it can be a little confusing just by the chart. So I'm going to help you out here and make this a super easy assignment when you get there, okay? So I'm on page 352, I'm looking at chart 1510, and it's saying that we can use a possessive adjective to modify a gerund. So basically, a possessive adjective can come before a gerund when we're talking about an event or a thing that we possess that happened or is happening or something else like that. So the book gives you examples in the chart, but I'm going to give you a couple of my own just to let you see. So here's a situation. Let's take a look at this. And again, it's not in the book, it's just here in my lecture. So what if I have this event? We were pulled over by a motorcycle officer. My husband complained about that stop. But I want to make this one sentence and I want to talk about his complaining about it, okay? So the exercise is going to give you the pronoun we. And then when we're going to do it to modify a gerund, if we put these sentences together to modify a gerund, we can use a pronoun, an adjective pronoun, where we can talk about it in a formal sense. We'll use one particular pronoun, or we can talk about it in an informal sense, where we use a different pronoun. Now in English, we have the subject pronoun. And when we go to modify a gerund, we use an adjective pronoun. So here's the subject pronouns on this side over here. So you can see what I have. So our all subject pronouns comes before the verb basically. And then we have our object pronouns when we come after the verb and we are the receiver of something. But we also have the possessive adjectives, and the possessive adjectives is what a gerund follows that tells us we possess a certain event. It's not about us particularly, but it's about the event that we possess. So those pronouns will change. So the exercise gives you the subject pronoun. It pulls it out of this sentence. And then it goes to what we can use as a possessive adjective. We'll use that when it's formal, and we'll use the object pronoun when it's not formal. So here it is. My husband complained about, if I'm going to put it in the formal sense, go look at the possessive adjective. And what do you see? Well, we start with the subject pronoun we, right? We were pulled over. So it's about us. It's about he and I. So when I want to use it formally, I come over here to the possessive adjective column, and I'll put the possessive adjective there. My husband complained about our being pulled over by a police officer. That means he and I. But you will hear most native speakers speak about an event that a gerund follows informally. You probably have heard it most likely as the informal version, and the informal version would be the object pronoun. So again, find we, and what's the object pronoun? The object pronoun is us. So we would say, my husband complained about us being pulled over by a police officer. This is actually grammatically not correct, okay? It's because we're talking about the event. It's our event that we were upset about. We weren't upset about us. We were upset about the event that happened to us. So we shouldn't really be using an object pronoun here, right? We should be using the possessive adjective in this case. And I'll just go ahead and put this in red. And I'll put this in blue, just so we can see that a little bit better and how that should be. So it follows the chart, right? So even though the informal is grammatically incorrect because we are not the object, the event is the object, it's just what native speakers do. We just use this in an informal way. But when you're writing a paper, or you're maybe taking the TOEFL or some other kind of formal event, then you want to pull the adjective pronoun or the possessive pronoun here from this column. And just to make it a little bit easier, I'll put this in here for you. Just when we're coming back to you're taking the exam, it's just a little quiz. you can say do that for the formal and do this for the informal. And then that way you just have to refer to the chart and it will be super easy for you. Okay, let me make that a little bit bigger. All right, let me give you another example here. Let me set up the event for you. So I brought my ex-boyfriend to the party and people didn't like that. Okay, so if I wanted to talk about this event in one sentence and use it that we possess this event or people possessed this feeling about the event, then there's two ways to do it. The formal way is people disliked who bringing my ex-boyfriend to the party? Well, it would be me, right? So I have to use the I pronoun. And it's telling you right here, use the I pronoun for this, but you're going to be using the possessive adjective for formal and the object pronoun for informal. Okay, but it stems from the subject pronoun I here. Okay, so let's put this into a sentence and see what it looks like. People disliked who? Well, we're talking about I, so let's go to the I column. And let's go to the possessive adjective, so we're going to use my here. Okay, so people disliked my bringing my ex-boyfriend to the party. Sounds kind of strange, doesn't it? Because it's super formal. So we'll say people dislike my bringing of my ex-boyfriend. And we'll see my bringing of my ex-boyfriend here. Okay, and if it's informal, we'll go to the informal. Again, we've got, let me move this over a bit. We've got I. We're going to go informal, so the informal is me. So we're going to say people disliked me bringing my ex-boyfriend. So I got to take the of out of that. You know what? We'll just take my of out of there. We don't need of. Okay. So I didn't need the preposition. Okay, so we have people dislike me bringing my ex-boyfriend to the party. You probably think that sounds more natural because that's the way people speak. We speak informally, so we're going to go with the object pronoun even though it's not grammatical because people didn't dislike me. They didn't dislike Stevie Daniels. They dislike my action of bringing my ex-boyfriend. So they're disliking the action, they're not disliking me, which is why the object pronoun is wrong grammatically, but it is right for our possessive. Okay, so we'll put this in red and we'll put that in blue. And now when you go to the exercise, you will be able to just look at this chart and it will tell you. So we got the blue and we got the red. Okay, so hopefully that helps you out a little bit. You're going to see 6 questions. Under exercise 40, they're going to give you the subject pronoun on the left, and in the blanks, you're going to fill it with the formal possessive adjective form, and then you're going to fill it with the informal object pronoun form. And I bet you all of you guys are going to get a perfect score on that little quiz. Okay, I hope that helped, and have a great week, everybody.